I have a couple of brand new fragrances in my collection, so let's test them out. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a fragrance enthusiast who has been collecting fragrances over the last 5 years. Here on this channel we talk about all fragrances. It doesn't matter if it's niche, designer or Middle Eastern, the ultimate goal is just to smell good and feel good. As fall is approaching rapidly, there are so many designer and niche releases flooding the market. I have to say, even though I'm trying to pace myself and normalize my shopping habits, there are quite a few new releases that simply I cannot resist. I have recently purchased a brand new fragrance, Signature Elixir, from Montblanc. I also have been testing the new Theodoros Kalotinis collaboration with ParfuMaria, which is a Dutch niche perfume store. It is called Milk and Sugar, please. I also own a sample of the new Milk Orchid from Commodity and Emma from Perfumerism. And I have a few Middle Eastern fragrances to touch upon as well. So let's jump right into the new releases. Let's start with the milky fragrances. I have a feeling that the note of milk will take over this season. We are already starting with 2 very strong releases. Last week, I ordered a sample of the new Milk Orchid from Commodity. This is how it looks like. This is the fragrance that was created in collaboration with Emma from Perfumerism. And as you may know, Emma has been known for her love for milk fragrances, and now she created Milk Orchid. First of all, congratulations to Emma for your fragrance. This is a very beautiful perfumey gourmand fragrance. I'm saying perfumey, but I mean the best way as it is possible. It is a bit fruity, floral, not a photorealistic gourmand. It opens up with the notes of fig, almond and apple blossom. The middle notes are magnolia, vanilla orchid, and the base notes are macadamia, milk, and sandalwood. When I first tried this fragrance, it was relatively hot here, and I remember that I found it quite heavy and a beast. The milkiness and the deep sweetness of the fig was the star of the show. The floral touches were not that prominent. I have tested it since then, and because we had a temperature drop recently here in the Netherlands, the scent came across less heavy and cloying. I could smell now the floral and fruity aspects. I can smell the magnolia quite strong, but the milky, nutty, woody base remained the same. The deep dry down of the fragrance reminds me to the original milk from Commodity with its sweet woodiness. It is a very beautiful scent and I find it very easy to like. I can imagine wearing it a lot this fall and winter. I will definitely buy it, as I also would like to support Emma. So this was Milk Orchid. The next one is also a brand new release from the king of photorealistic gourmands, Theodoros Kalotinis. He has just released a new fragrance in collaboration with ParfuMaria. ParfuMaria is a Dutch niche fragrance store with a great collection of high-end and niche fragrances. I have already ordered from them multiple times in the past, as they carry quite many brands and houses that are very hard to find here. The new fragrance is called Milk and Sugar, please, and it is supposed to have a scent of warm, sweet sugar. It is a very thick, warm, sweet and milky fragrance, the type that you can immediately feel in your mouth as you smell it. I remember I really used to like warm, sweet milk when I was a child, and this scent immediately brought back those memories. Somehow, I find it very calming and comforting at the same time. I think it is coming from the slightly woody base, and also there must be some vanilla or sandalwood in the base of this fragrance as well. It cannot really be compared to Milk Orchid, as this one doesn't have any perfumey aspects. This one comes across stronger and even sweeter, if it can be, than Milk Orchid. The whole fragrance is a bit deeper. As we can expect from Theodoros Kalotinis, the longevity and the projection is really great. I can see this fragrance being also a bit more polarizing, I think this is a bit more also challenging one. But if you like milky fragrances, I really recommend to sample it. So for me, as far as this scent goes, it is a very strong like, which can become a love if the temperature cools off and I can start wearing it a bit more. So this was Milk and Sugar, Please. The next fragrance is definitely not what I expected. When the notes of this fragrance were released, I was quite convinced that we will get another designer vanilla. Well, I was wrong. I am talking about Montblanc Signature Elixir, which is the third fragrance in their signature line. Before we talk about the scent, let's have a look at this beautiful bottle. I really like this deep cherry red ombre bottle design with the black cap. It is really giving a femme fatale vibes. It features the notes of red orchid, vanilla and amberwood. To my nose, this is the sexy grown-up sister of the original signature. I don't know how red orchid is supposed to smell, but it has a fruity, floral and musky touch like the original signature. However, it has much more depth and texture. I am not sure if there is something in this fragrance that is playing my senses, but for a moment I was even confused if I was smelling the right fragrance or the original one. It had a very similar opening, but then I started to smell the vanilla and the amberwood in the background, and as it was drying down, the woodiness was also taking over, but it has never lost that distinct signature fruitiness. I find it super sweet, dark, but still a bit airy. It is very interesting, not a typical designer release. I'm also pretty sure that there is much more to this perfume and it has more notes that were not disclosed. I would say if you liked Signature in the white bottle, then I think you will enjoy this one as well. The longevity and the projection are great. The same way as Signature, this one will be with you for an entire day. So this was Signature Elixir. The next fragrance is a hyped Middle Eastern release from Paris Corner. It is Peach Delulu from the Cair line. I have already watched a couple of reviews that made me pretty much interested in this fragrance. Some people said that it is the best candied peach scent. Some others had claimed that it was too spicy and woody. Before I give my opinions, let's have a look at the note breakdown. So it has peach, guava, and nectarine in the top, ginger, cardamom in the middle, and caramel, musk, and dry woods in the base. I can definitely smell the juicy fruits, which are immediately merging into the zinginess of the ginger and cardamom. It is very sweet, candy-like, but still the cardamom grounds the fragrance and it makes it more grown-up. As the fragrance dries down, it starts losing the fruitiness. But the cardamom and ginger are here to stay with us. And to my nose, the fragrance smells like a ginger lozenge. I can definitely detect the musk, but it is not disturbing. The caramel doesn't add any burnt aspect. I think it only adds to the sweetness. It is also very strong. I only tried it once on my skin and it was projecting very well. Also, please do not sniff it immediately after you sprayed it, as the ginger can burn your nose. There is one scent that it really reminds me, and no, I'm not talking about Peach's Revenge, as I never tried that fragrance. But there is a peach-scented Axe shower gel for men, which is, in my opinion, completely unisex. It has a juicy but musky and woody peach scent. It is not the same as Peach Delulu. Peach Delulu is more complex, but I think the two has very similar aspects and can go very well together as a layering combo. So this was Peach Delulu. The last perfume that I wanted to bring to you today is inspired by Angel Share Paradis. It is Royal Blend Sequoia, and it is supposed to smell like a boozy apple pie with an added raspberry note. I was first a bit scared of it, as usually raspberry turns very sour on my skin. However, here it is very well blended and it is only adding another slight dimension to the original Angel Share DNA. Even though I genuinely love Angel Share. I own the original, and it is usually my Christmas holiday scent. I am also a bit done with their dupes. This is a good one, and with the added raspberry, I can see it justified having it in my collection. But I think I don't need more flankers or dupes of this DNA. Eventually, that's why I also stopped buying the different kind of camera iterations. I only tested it once so far, so I cannot really comment on the longevity, but it definitely projects and will be a great choice for fall and winter. So this was Royal Blend Sequoia. I guess this concludes today's video. There will be quite many new releases that I'm very interested in. I really would like to try the new Born in Roma Ivory fragrance. Versace Dylan Blush is also on my list to smell. And of course the new Libre Vanilla Couture is also very exciting for me. I will try not to blind buy all of them. If I will have the chance, I will try to test them at the store first. Of course, it will also depend when they will be released in my country. So have you tried any of these fragrances from today's video? Do you have any new favorites in your collection? Please let me know in the comments, and until the next time, bye bye.